So we've covered how to use a foot assist when someone's attacking an inside heel hook, but obviously we have the threat of outside heel hook too. So we can actually use our secondary foot to help us out of these sticky situations, right? And again, we're always trying to slip the heel, but you're going to find sometimes you can't get the toe extension. It's going to allow you to safely turn out. So in circumstances like that, we can use our second foot for a foot assist. So we'll take a look at it from outside archery, right? Placido has me an outside archery, and he's threatening an outside heel hook. So the first example I want to show of how we could use a foot assist would be actually to use our second foot at the base of the elbow here. So Placido lines it up, and we can kick here to further extend his elbow from his body and start slipping the heel. So whether he's just got a false single hand grip or whether he's actually starting to cinch it up, we can use this foot to find his elbow. And I like to run my foot along the base of his back, because the tighter Placido's heel hook grip is, the closer really his elbow is going to be to minimizing this space here. So when we run our foot along, we're always going to find the forearm, and we can start to apply pressure, and as Placido holds, we've got a counter force to allow us to slip. Because think of it as a counter force, because for Placido to prevent me heel slipping, he keeps his elbow tight to his body. That's going to prevent the extension. If his elbow is relaxed, watch what happens when I slip. His elbow separates. So if we know that he needs to bring his elbow tight to his body to prevent the slip, and we use our second foot to keep it away, it increases the likelihood of a slip from this angle here. So let's take a look at another variation. Placido has the outside heel hook here. And again, this isn't a specialty of a lot of people. I would still consider it basically modern no-gi techniques, right? So people make mistakes, and a good mistake people make, a mistake people make often, is they leave their elbow a little too high from their body here. So excellent technique. This elbow would be basically glued against Placido's body here. See, he's minimizing space. But a lot of times, especially in the heat of a submission and competition, people make minor mistakes because they're just thinking about ripping this on. And they'll leave their elbow slightly high. And that gives us the ability to kick it, just like we did from the inside here. We have a counter force. So I'm pushing his elbow as I'm toe extensioning and retracting my knee. And it's going to mean that it's basically Placido's two arms trying to control two of my legs. And really, you should hope that your training partner's upper body isn't as strong as your lower half, right? So he's got the heel hook, but he's doing poor technique. He's leaving this a little too wide. We push and we pull with our other leg, the leg that's being attacked, and we're going to get that perfect slip here. Again, these sort of slips are going to frustrate the hell out of your opponent because they're so close to finishing you here. So really, when that sort of thing happens, guys get really erratic, and actually the more erratic you get, probably the less chance you have of actually securing the heel at a later time in the match. So Placido, let's do another variation, because obviously we want to be defending against high level technique. So this time, instead of leaving his elbow loose and high, he keeps his elbow tight to his body here. So you can see if I was to aim for his elbow here, it's actually hard. I'm basically kicking it into his body. So really, I'm helping him, versus if he leaves it wide, I'm stripping the elbow in the right direction for my escape. But again, if he keeps that elbow tight and I try to kick it here, it's not going to be very effective. So instead of targeting the elbow, I slide my foot, my heel of my foot under his armpit, and we start to lift the elbow. So again, he grabs him, everything's perfect. We cannot kick the elbow here because that's going to be kicking the elbow into him. My heel comes below his elbow and it slides up. And you see what that does to his grip here? It rises his elbow. Again, that's not where he wants it, to keep a tight heel hook, and it increases our ability to slip the heel. So we'll look at that from one more angle. So again, Placido has perfect technique here, right? So the less space he has between his elbow and his body, the more perfect that heel hook's going to be. So again, if I kicked into his elbow here, I'm not doing anything, I'm actually helping him. Versus if his elbow's high and we kick into it, we're kicking him off of our foot. So again, he's got perfect technique. I can't kick the elbow, I kick the armpit. And you see now it's raised his elbow, and Placido's really trying to hold onto my foot now. They're still gonna get it. So something to remember with these slips again, is they might not slip out straight away. They might actually take slow, consistent pressure. But again, this is why you need to spend a lot of time practicing this. I would suggest a training partner putting you in these grips, gradually increasing pressure, trying to hold on, forcing you to kick or foot assist in the correct places. But remember, once we hit the ballerina toe, we maintain that pressure. Don't extend, bring back, extend, bring back. That's gonna actually help them. It'll loosen the grip, it'll tighten the grip, it'll loosen the grip, it'll tighten the grip. We want constant extension, because some of these slips might take 1 or 2 seconds before your foot completely slips out.